Hello, my name is Carlos Humberto Garcia Gonzalez, and today we are going to see what is the meaning of thermodynamics. Principle, we have to know where is heat. We know that between more heat, the temperature is grown up. Well, thermodynamics is the relationship about heat and energy. We know between more heat, the energy is going grown up. Well, but this is not the principle. We know that heat has a temperature. Between more temperature, we have to get more energy. Well, as we know now, thermodynamics is the relationship about energy, heat, and temperature. Well, this energy that is produced by thermodynamics we can use for mechanical process, radiation, system process, well, all about those things that need to use energy, right? Well, thermodynamics has four laws, principles that explain what is the laws of thermodynamics. So we have the zero law, the first law, the second law, and the third law that is going to explain by my other partners that is in the rest of the video. Thanks for your attention. Have a nice day.
Thermodynamics laws. Thermodynamics state a set of four laws which are valid for all the systems that follow within the constraints implied by each one. The four laws are zero, first, second, and third law. I will explain you and give you an example of the zero law so you can understand better. The zero law says if two systems are each in thermal equilibrium with a third, they are in thermal equilibrium with each other. The statement implies that thermal equilibrium is an equivalence relation to a set of thermodynamic systems under consideration. Systems are said to be in thermal equilibrium with each other if the spontaneous molecules of the thermal energy exchange between them do not lead to a net exchange of energy. The physical content of the zero law has long been recognized. For example, in one hand we have Arancini that in the year of 1853 he defined the temperatures as follows. Two portions of matter are in the same temperature when neither tends to share or communicate the heat to the other. In the other hand, we have a Maxwell that in the year of 1872 state a law of equal temperatures. He also stated all the heat is in the same kind. A simple example of this law is a thermometer. I suppose there exist many kinds of thermometers, but for our example is just for this one. This thermometer works with a zero law because all the times are in equilibrium. So if we put this thermometer into a body warmer or cooler, it gives us the real temperature of the body because it interacts with them and it will always in the equilibrium. Thank you.
Of thermodynamics. The increase in internal energy of a closed system is equal to the heat supplied to the system and the work done on it. The first law of thermodynamics asserts the existence of a state variable for a system, the internal energy, and tells how it changes in thermodynamic processes. The law allows a given internal energy of a system to be reached by any combination of heat and work. It is important that internal energy is a variable of the state of the system, whereas heat and work are variables that describe processes or changes of the state of systems. The first law observes that the internal energy of an insulated system obeys the principle of conservation of energy, example, we can take a little part of mechanics which we know that engines work because it has a little explosion that produces heat and energy. This energy produces movement in the rest of the parts in the car, and those energies change to another for after the energy used in the car.
Hi, my name is Veronica Cecilia Mendez Boche. I will speak the second law of thermodynamics. The second law of thermodynamics is an expression of the universal principle of dissipation of kinetic and potential energy observable in nature. The second law is an observation of the fact that over time, different temperature, pressure, and chemical potential tend to even out the physical system and insulating from the outside world. Entropy is a measure how much this process progresses. The entropy is an insulated system which not in equilibrium will tend to increase over time, approaching a maximum value and equilibrium. That classical thermodynamic, the second law, is a basic postulate applicable to systems involving energy transfer. Is statical thermodynamic, the second law, is a consequence and assuming randomness of molecular chaos. There are many versions of the second law, but they all have the same effect, which is explain a phenomenon of irreversibility is natural. As a simple example, we can say that when it comes to going useful words like running and powering a car, highly concentrated energy is easier to use and more efficient than low concentration of energy. Food like carbohydrates and fats to liquid fuels like gasoline have highly concentrated potential energy stored their chemical bonds. They have a lot of energy is a fairly small space, have its efficient as for us to convert and concentration energy into useful energy to keep our bodies and to matching goings. Thank you.
Yeah. Good afternoon, class. I will respond the two meaning of the three laws of the thermodynamics. The three laws of the thermodynamics state that it is impossible to reach an interpretation of absolute zero, definitive the number of the physical process. It occurs also the formulated as that is a given the system the approach. Absolute zero I think it's entropy specific the two accounts the value the entropy of the pure crystalline solids can be consideration the sole law of the interpretation. At the absolute zero, there is a notion that requires the classical thermodynamics. The swing probability the interpretation the treaty of the law. It's important to note that it's the principle of the law of the thermodynamics or the always value for macro system avoiding applying the micro level. La enthalpy is a function the temperature the one compression. For a closed system, and definition becomes the which are subject the two temperature, the change the temperature 1 and temperature 2 are constant pressure. The following is an example the way we can see the formula of the three laws of the thermodynamics. Example: so the sulfur has two allotropic. Monoclinic is the temptation the 368.5 is the alternative the temptation. The transformation molar latent heat is temperature determination. The change entropy 1 is equality at the integral the C, the SR, and the ultimate 300 the existing 8.5 of the orthohoming. If that is equal to 356 done the 186. The change of entropy 2 is equal to change the enthalpy dividido or change the temperature the transition. That is 1.0 the 9. Change of entropy 3 is equal to an interval beside the 368 the don't find the third of monoclinic. That is equal to 37.9. The difference between the experimental value is given the 3 law is the left. The experimental value equality consideration un experimental de verification of the 3 law the thermodynamics. Thank you for your attention, Clayman.